All right, it's day 2 of Black History Month where we celebrate Black History 365 and sometimes 366. We're staying in the continent of Africa because why? That's where Black history begins. So today we are looking at another ancient kingdom, and that is the Kingdom of Aksum. Now, the Kingdom of Aksum existed here, and it is in present-day Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, Western Yemen, Southern Arabia, and Sudan. Now, at its height, the Kingdom of Aksum, which is on, like I said, on the east side of Africa, it was compared to the empires of Persia, Rome, and China. And they actually got rich because they controlled the trade routes, as you see here, between Rome, India, and other powerful nations. It essentially charged a toll for people to pass through, and that's how they got rich. So like this narrow, and if you see this narrow opening at the southernmost point of the Red Sea, they had they controlled that and charged a toll. And because they were a boss kingdom, a powerful kingdom, they actually created their own language, and it's called Ge'ez or Ge'ez. This is an example of it. I think this is a psalm that is written in Ge'ez. Fun fact, the book of Enoch, that kind of esoteric text, is also in a complete form written in the language of Ge'ez or Ge'ez. They also minted their own coins, this is an example of that. And it's because of that, that's how we know that they traded as far as like China, because they found these coins that far away from Ethiopia and China. But one of the most well-known facts, and I guess one well-known kings of the Kingdom of Aksum, was King Azana, and this is a depiction of him. And he spoke 3 languages: Greek, Ge'ez, obviously, and Sabaean. And he is most famous for leading the country into Christianity, which is why you see him here depicted with a horse and a crossed sword. Now, oral tradition in Ethiopia has two important biblical theological points here. One is that the apostle Matthew is said to have come down and converted the nation to Christianity in the 1st century, and that you also have the story of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon coming together, having a son Menelik, who was said to be the first king of Ethiopia, and you can read more about this in their book called Kebra Nagas, which is like the King of Kings, which tells the story of their history. But all that aside, the first actual documented history of Christianity in Aksum in Ethiopia happened in the 4th century, and it was during the reign of King Azana. On a side note, forgot to mention this previously, what's interesting to note about the story about Menelik is that it is said that he took the Ark of the Covenant from his father Solomon and brought it to Ethiopia, where